A brain tumor in a newborn is terrifying enough. But what if that tumor wasn't a tumor at all? When doctors operated on a 4-month-old baby, they expected cancer. Instead, they pulled out something so bizarre, so rare, that it stunned the entire medical community. Perfect little teeth, growing where no teeth should ever be. Yes, you heard that right. Teeth. Not in the mouth where they belong, but inside the brain of a newborn child. This is not science fiction. This is a real medical case study that left doctors speechless, scientists fascinated, and parents around the world horrified. Stay with us, because the deeper we go into this case, the stranger and scarier it becomes. The story begins in Maryland, USA. At just 4 months old, a baby boy seemed healthy and cheerful, until his parents noticed something unsettling. His head was growing unusually fast. Now, babies' heads do grow quickly in the first year of life. But this was different. The growth was abnormal, outpacing what doctors would consider normal development. Concerned, his parents brought him to the hospital. Doctors ran scans, and what they found shocked them. A large mass inside the brain. A tumor. But here's where things get even stranger. When radiologists studied the scan closely, they noticed something odd inside the tumor. There were bright white shapes, structures that looked suspiciously like teeth. Teeth? In the brain of a 4-month-old? Could that even be possible? Doctors were baffled. The only way to know for sure was to operate. The baby was rushed into surgery. 2 highly skilled neurosurgeons, Dr. Narlin Beatty from the University of Maryland Medical Center and Dr. Edward Ahn from Johns Hopkins Children's Center, prepared for what they thought would be a complex tumor removal. But nothing could have prepared them for what they were about to find. As they carefully opened the tumor, they discovered not just calcium deposits, which are common in some brain growths, but actual fully formed teeth. Imagine being in that operating room. You're expecting to remove a tumor, and suddenly you're holding a tooth. Something you'd expect to see in a baby's mouth, not inside his skull. Dr. Beatty later said, "It's not every day you see teeth in any type of brain tumor. In a craniopharyngioma, it's unheard of. When we pulled out a full tooth, that was something completely different. The tumor was identified as a craniopharyngioma. Now, craniopharyngiomas are rare brain tumors. They're not cancerous, meaning they don't spread to other parts of the body. But they can grow very large, sometimes bigger than a golf ball, and they form right near the pituitary gland, a tiny but powerful gland at the base of the brain that controls many of the body's hormones. Usually, craniopharyngiomas appear in children between 5 and 14 years old. But this baby was only 4 months old, making his case extraordinarily rare. Scientists had always suspected that craniopharyngiomas might form from the same embryonic cells that make teeth. But until now, that was just a theory. This case gave doctors proof. Inside this boy's brain, those cells had indeed tried to make teeth, just in the wrong place. Now you may be wondering, how can teeth grow in the brain at all? The answer lies in embryonic development. When a baby is just forming in the womb, special cells are assigned to become different body parts: skin, nerves, bones, and teeth. But sometimes, these cells migrate to the wrong place. In extremely rare cases, this can lead to tumors that contain pieces of bone, hair, or teeth. These are usually found in teratomas, a type of tumor made from multiple tissue types. Teratomas are strange but well documented. But this baby's tumor wasn't a teratoma. It was a craniopharyngioma, which is supposed to come from only one kind of tissue. That's why this case was so groundbreaking. It showed, for the first time, that craniopharyngiomas can indeed contain teeth, proving their origin in tooth-forming cells. Think about what that means. A brain tumor that was literally trying to grow a mouth. The surgery was delicate, but the doctors succeeded. They removed the tumor along with the bizarre tooth structures. The baby survived. But survival came with complications. Because the tumor was located near the pituitary gland, it destroyed the normal connections that allow the brain to release certain hormones. The pituitary gland is like the master controller of the body's hormones. It regulates growth, metabolism, and many other vital processes. In this boy's case, those pathways were permanently damaged. This means he will need hormone replacement therapy for the rest of his life. Every day, he'll rely on medications to replace the hormones his brain can no longer produce naturally. But considering the size and danger of the tumor, the fact that he's alive and developing normally is nothing short of a miracle. Dr. Beatty later reflected, "This was a big tumor right in the center of his brain. Before the modern surgical era, this child would not have survived. The case was so unusual that it was published in the New England Journal of Medicine, one of the most prestigious medical journals in the world. And it left the medical community with important lessons and unsettling questions. If teeth can grow inside the brain, what else is possible? Could other so-called ordinary tumors hide similar surprises? How many children might be living with conditions like this, undiagnosed, waiting for symptoms to appear? For researchers, the boy's case confirmed that craniopharyngiomas do indeed develop from misplaced tooth-forming cells. For the rest of us, it's a chilling reminder of just how mysterious and unpredictable the human body can be. So what happened to the baby? Thankfully, he is doing well. His development is on track, and with proper medical care, he is expected to live a normal life. But he will always be known as the boy who had teeth in his brain. A case that pushed the boundaries of medical science and revealed a truth no one had ever seen before. This story is more than just a bizarre headline. It's a reminder of how fragile human life is and how astonishingly complex our bodies are. A 4-month-old boy came dangerously close to death, but thanks to skilled surgeons and modern medicine, he survived and left behind one of the most shocking case studies in medical history. So I'll leave you with this question. When you hear about cases like this, do they make you feel safer, knowing that modern medicine can handle even the strangest conditions? Or do they make you wonder just how many more mysteries hidden inside our bodies are still waiting to be discovered? If you find this video interesting, like this and subscribe to our channel for more interesting medical case studies.